morning, everyone. I am Jeff Blankenburg. It is Wednesday the 9th. I have so much to do this week and no time to do it, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's awfully hot in this room today, and I'm not really sure why. So we'll figure that out at some point. But it's Wednesday, and we made a ton of good progress on our skill yesterday. Added the pay table intent. We added on Monday. We added the help functionality, which again can be more robust, but is enough to get us to an initial usage. And there's lots more that we still need to do, including I'm really tempted to try and add another game like Craps to the mix. So where should we start? Well, I think I have some stuff that I want to talk about. I'll show what I want to talk about. But I think I'm going to wait for some more people to get here before we get into that. So, I think the right thing to do right now is to just start building some stuff. I ran into a very weird issue yesterday. I had to call on my good friend Clark Sell to try and diagnose because I could not figure it out. Let me see if I can... new tab. Let's do... what was I going to look up? I needed a window. Here, I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. I needed to open a window, and now I can't remember what I was about to go open. It's going to be one of those mornings. Well, let's get some of this started, right? Alright, that reminded me. I don't have my Twitch mod view open. So let's do that. And we'll get this live player stopped. I have a message here. Okay, that's done. Man, it's really hot in here today. I don't understand why. I left all the lights on last night, but most of these lights don't give off a lot of heat. But it's really warm in here today. Okay. Time to get into it. Let's see if we can lower this just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So what I want to be doing is writing some code, and I had a few things that I ran into yesterday. I guess I can talk a little bit about this bug that we found. I don't know if it's a bug. It's not clear to me why it's happening. So let me go ahead and close down all these files. We can start at the beginning. So the issue that I was running into, that we had right at the end of the day yesterday, was that if I come in here and I were to say something like, bet 10 on red, hopefully this works. Maybe nothing's going to cooperate today. Let's try starting this over. I let a lot of this software just run all the time, and sometimes it just doesn't like that, especially when...
The requested skill did not provide a valid response.
Okay, so we'll just do a little npm run dev. I found a way to kill this too. I just have to go kill some node processes. Because we get a bug if we try to kill this and it didn't want to be killed, basically. So let's open our skill. Sounds so good.
Welcome to the Chatsino. You currently have 1,443 coins available. You have played slot 75% of the time. You should give poker or roulette a try today. What would you like to do?
So when I would say something like bet 10 on red,
you wagered 10 coins on red.
We were getting an error yesterday, and I could not figure out for the life of me what the issue was.
You can say spin the wheel when you're ready.
So what I found as I got into this was that if we came into was it roulette wager? well, this is one of the places. But basically, the place that I solved it was here. And I had get games by user record. This get positions was the file. And so what I found was that if I was referring to these like this, take the position off, right? So just say poker is this poker directory, which of course exists. It's right here. And it has an index file and everything's working. If I have poker and I have slots like this, excuse me, then for whatever reason, none of the data functions work. Well, I take it back. This specific function doesn't work. But if I change it back to this works just fine. And so it's bizarre to me that I can't refer to the parent or it breaks, but if I refer to the child, it works fine. I don't know why. I spent some time with a good friend of mine, Clark, yesterday, and we didn't identify this at first. We were trying to take apart a bunch of different other possibilities, and none of them seemed to really solve our problem. So what I did is I ripped out all the changes we made yesterday, which was painful. But I went through GitHub and just like made a copy of everything that I had edited yesterday, and then I rolled everything back to the previous GitHub commit. And obviously it went back to working. I made some simple changes, and I found that when I added this file, this is when everything broke. And so I still don't really know why it broke or what I was doing wrong, but that's where we are. Okay, so, oh my gosh, Karthik, good morning. Gold, Zulu, and Karthik are here. Thank you for coming. I've been saving this because I wanted a few more of you to be here before I talked about this. But I ran into a really weird issue yesterday. Small raid parties are still great raid parties. Thank you, Karthik. I ran into some issues yesterday where we had a bug, and I still don't know why. I've solved the bug, but I don't really know what I solved. I was just explaining that if I refer to this as slots position, or if I just refer to these as slots, right, and then I say I want slots.position, which you can see if I hover over this, that play position is right here. This is the thing that I want. So if I say return slots.position right here, if I could type, yeah, no, that's exactly right, Karthik. So position like this. So all I've done is flip it around. So now I'm bringing in the poker and the slots modules, and I'm referring to slots position and poker position. If we do this, and I say poker pay table, for example.
Jeff, there was an error.
There's an error.
What should we do now? And
the error that I'm getting, I'll show you. Cannot convert undefined or null to an object, and it's trying to refer to this specific module. It's returning it as empty, basically. But if I change this to position, and I change this to position, and I remove these, get out of my way, please, like so, and then I do this, same thing, same code, so weird, poker pay table.
This is the pay table for poker. Royal flush
I
pays
don't get it.
50,000 to 1. Straight flush pays 5,000 to 1. Four of a kind pays 400 to 1. Full house pays 50 to 1. Flush pays 25 to 1. Straight pays 10 to 1.
We'll wait for her to finish here.
Pays 3 to 1. Two pair pays 2 to 1. Pair pays 1 to 1. What do you want to do next?
So that is... Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it's something to do with this, or something to do with, if we look at, like, poker index, maybe there's something wrong here. I just don't know what those things are. I follow a very specific pattern for all of this, and I just don't know why that specific thing is having an issue. But between me and a good friend of mine, Clark Sell, who's been on here before, and I've been on his channel, I just can't figure out what the issue might be. So anyway, I've solved it. Like I said, I did something right, but I don't know what I did right. But I wanted to share this with you guys too, because these came yesterday. So if I go back to my browser, have you guys ever seen the Star Wars old, like, let me see if I can find a new tab. Star Wars concept art. If you guys haven't seen this, there's this guy named Ralph McQuarrie that made the original like sketches and diagrams for George Lucas for what Star Wars should look like. This is kind of one of the more famous examples of this. This picture here. Obviously, it looks like Star Wars, but it's not exactly Star Wars. You can see the lightsabers are a little different. Darth Vader's helmet's a little more stylized, a little curvier. But this was the original artwork, and if you haven't seen this stuff, like, it's pretty remarkable, the imagination that this guy had, only reading George Lucas's words, to be able to create a lot of these drawings and diagrams, and how much a lot of it, transferred from what he wrote to what actually ended up in the movies. And I have somewhere, I got this one. They made these the concept art versions of a lot of these figures. Well, not a lot, 4. And so I got this one originally. I had to go to GameStop and actually buy it at the store. But it's pretty cool. It turned out really, really nice. And then yesterday in the mail that I actually ordered directly from Funko, I wanted to show you these before. Karthik. Okay, we're going to have to solve that problem. This is the original concept art for Chewbacca, if you guys have seen Chewbacca. And so I think they did a really cool job on this one. So that's the concept Chewbacca. Oh, W. Giorgio, good morning. So that's the concept Chewbacca. And then this is the concept. His name originally was Luke Starkiller, not Luke Skywalker. And this is the concept for Luke, which I think I have a tab open for that one too. It's this person here. But anyway, I thought these turned out pretty awesome. And I haven't even had a chance to take these two out of the box yet, but those arrived yesterday. So I know you guys like to see some of these things, and anyway, I buy them once in a while and they just show up. But good morning, W. Giorgio. Good morning, Karthik. Good morning, Gold Zulu. Thank you guys for being here. It's always fun to be here and build some cool stuff. So, where we are today is that we have poker, slots, and roulette working, and we have the pay table functionality. Let's actually look at our intents. I think that's a good illustration of what's actually working, right? So I have another intent that I built down here, which is the clearing bets. I think maybe that's the thing that I should work on today. Is allowing a user to remove a bet from the roulette table that they didn't want to have there. And I think there's also going to have to be some kind of intent, maybe we should add this to our to-do list, that is like a remove all of my bets. And this is going to be weird. What if a user, what do we do when a user wants to clear all of their bets? Poker, roulette, craps, etc. I just don't know how we're going to do that or what we're going to do. The reason that these are tricky is because video poker, when you put your coin in, when you put your 5 coins in or whatever, you automatically are dealt cards. And so the bet is kind of locked. So you can't really have it back because you've committed and you've already seen 5 cards. So the best thing I can do is just delete that game for you, but you would lose those 5 coins. Where I feel like if you would just tell the poker game to deal, even if you didn't hold anything or care, it would potentially win for you. And so I hate to just give you the option to throw that bet away. Roulette is fine because none of the bets are locked. So all of the bets happen every time that there's a spin. So I think that's fine too. Because if you, let's say you had 10 sitting on red and you're like, oh, I need those 10 coins back, you could very easily just say, clear all my bets, and I could pull that off the table for you, because until we spin, it doesn't really matter what bets you have. And then once we spin, we also automatically pay everything out, so there's no opportunity for you to have bets in a weird state there. Craps is the one that is really going to be an issue. Because there are bets that are locked. There are bets that don't get paid every time. There's a lot of weirdness there. So I had an async Airtable problem yesterday. I was awaiting the function, but the function still didn't complete. Did you... well, that's pretty weird, actually. You were awaiting the function call, but the function still didn't complete before I was calling a variable. So were you able to solve that, W. Giorgio? I want to go see what Karthik linked, which XKCD comic he linked to. Is it the one about being to the point where that's a good one. I don't think I've seen that one before. Well, W. Giorgio, I don't have a good answer for you on that. I mean, we'd have to look at some code or something, but do you have a gist or something that you could share with me that I could look at? I hate when people do that. Do you have a gist that you could share with me? If you know what a gist is, this is a super cool thing to use to share code. Gist.github.com. I should explain myself because... Oh, that's not what... I typed that wrong. gist.github.com. And what gists are just these simple little code things. So you can give it a description like, this is my code, Jeff. And then I can take some code. So I could take like get positions by game type. Like I'll just take this function, right? Take this whole thing and I can drop it into this gist. And then I can create it secret, or I can create a public one so anyone can see it, which is what I would want, public gist. And then we hit create public. And it creates this thing. And then you can share this with anybody. Hey, Karthik, thanks for stopping by, man. That's great. And we're going to get you to see Star Wars. Because holy crap, I just want to sit there and watch your face the whole time. I think that would be amazing. So this is the share. Is that the share button? What did I just click? No, it's not share. But I think I can just take this URL, right? And if I take this URL and I drop it here, like that, and then anybody should be able to get to that code. Now, it's a copy of it, right? It's not the official code. I'm not working on your actual system or anything, but it's a way for you to share a code snippet with somebody pretty quickly. I really like gists for that purpose. It's also a good way if you just want to build out a bunch of snippets or have useful information for people. You could create a library of gists that are standalone things that just do a cool example or something like that. Obviously, if you have a bunch of files and they're related to each other, that's what a GitHub repository is for. But for just a chunk of code, look at this. We're on it. Okay, I'm going to blow this up a little bit. I can't read it. Okay, so you have this async function called getGameTypeName, and calling it in another file. Okay, await airtable.getGameTypeName. Okay, I think Here's the thing that's missing to me, and maybe I'm just not seeing it. But async functions have to return something. And I don't see a return here. I see console logs. I see you setting attributes. Oh, do you have a... Oh, it's a... Okay. But you still have to return, right? I mean, it literally is, like, if you look at the example, all of my functions have a return. Like, I'm returning some value. So I call out, I get a thing, and then I have to return you some data. Now, it doesn't have to be data you use, but you have to return something, because otherwise, that's how it knows the asynchronous call is done. So I think that might just be the piece you're missing. That's what's standing out to me. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if that'll solve it for you, but that would be my guess. You are returning if there's an error, but I don't see anything for your good use cases. Your happy path. So hopefully that's your solution, W. Giorgio. Hopefully that helps. I don't claim to be an expert on just about anything, but I'm hoping that that is a solve for you. Okay, so we were talking about things we were going to do today. I feel like I want to build craps, but I don't know that that's the right thing to do yet. Let's look at cleaning up some of our games first. The progressive slot machine concept I really like. Okay, let's take a step back, because I need some opinions, and I've got some good, strong opinion holders here in the room with me. I've got W. Giorgio, Kevin Evans, Gold Zulu. You guys have good opinions on things. So let me ask you this. I have a progressive slot machine. Well, I don't yet, but I could, right? And so the idea of the progressive slot machine is every time that someone doesn't hit the jackpot, the progressive jackpot goes up by some amount. So maybe we have a default jackpot of, well, let's look at slots, because that's really what this is. So if we look at slots, where are slots? Slots, there you are. And we have these positions, right? So these are the possible outcomes of the slot machine. So what we're saying is, for every time that someone doesn't hit this, we increment some jackpot by an amount of coins. And I think there also has to be some kind of minimum bet. So, like you can bet 1, obviously, right? But if you bet 1, you're not eligible for the progressive jackpot. Maybe you have to bet 5 at a minimum. And so what we're saying is, every time somebody bets, we're going to make that jackpot go up by 1 or something. I don't know what the right amount is. And if you bet more than 5 and you hit the 3 diamonds, then you would win the jackpot. So that means, because it's a minimum bet of 5, how do I want to do that? See, the problem with my slot machine, my video poker machine, is that they don't have upper limits. Most video poker machines have an upper limit. There's a maximum amount you can bet. I don't know that I necessarily want to do that. It's been kind of fun to see you guys betting 100,000 at a time, and I think it would be less fun if you could only bet 5 or 10. So I think we just create a progressive jackpot. Every time slots is played, the jackpot goes up by 1. If you bet more than 5, you win your odds plus the jackpot. Or maybe we make the jackpot go up by 10 or something, I don't know. With a minimum amount being 5,000. So when the jackpot resets, the jackpot resets to 5,000, because that would be a bet of 5 times 10 or times 100. Yeah, they kind of put you in like windows, right, W. Giorgio? I have a casino app on my phone that I play, and I think that's what you're describing, right? Initially, you can only bet up to like 5, but then once you have $10,000, now you can bet up to 100, and then once you have $100,000, you can bet up to 1,000. Um, we could do that. It wouldn't be too hard. I think the thing that I don't like about those is it also sets a minimum bet for you. So if you have $100,000, your minimum bet is now 100, which is maybe fine, maybe not. But it is a way to like have people level up, I guess. But you can level down too, and I've seen the way you bet here. So maybe because if you lose enough money, then you level down, and it kicks you back into level 2 or level 1 or whatever. That might be interesting. So the real question I was getting to, and the opinion that I want for you guys, isn't how the jackpot's going to work. I think I have a fairly solid idea about how I'll do the jackpot. What I do have a question about is the jackpot specific to the platform? If there's a progressive jackpot, it will obviously grow a lot faster if it's people on Twitch and people on Slack and people on Discord and people on Alexa all playing. But it also means that there's only one winner across all of those things, and then it resets again. So I'd be curious to know if you guys think that I should make the progressive jackpot specific to the platform that you're playing on, so that like an Alexa winner wins the Alexa jackpot, or if it should just be universal like I've done pretty much everything else. So we should have some leveling, huh? All right. So okay, this is good. This is useful. So I'm going to go into my database and we're going to look at my user table. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, W. Giorgio, is that there's a minimum amount that the jackpot is, which is like 5,000. So when someone wins, I just reset it to 5,000. I also feel like if there's an opportunity, let's say that I build this thing and we're rolling and we've got it on Twitch and a bunch of people are subscribing to me to use it, and we've got a bunch of users, and it's on Discord and it's on Alexa, and people are buying coins, and like this effort, this endeavor that I've started is making some decent money, a couple $100 a month or something like that. How do you feel about the jackpot? Instead of being more fake coins, what if the jackpot is actually real money? Because if the software is making money, then I could potentially afford to give away some of it. Which, if you could win real money, wouldn't that encourage you to play more? Again, you're not spending any of your own money. It's just the usage, the playtime. It's an interesting concept. So if you hit 3 diamonds or you hit a royal flush, you win $20. Like 20 real US dollars. And it'd probably even have to be like a $20 Amazon gift card or something, but I think that would be awesome. Okay. So I need to think about this. I'm just going to create it just so I have something here. We're going to call this jackpot. And this is going to be record ID because reasons. So this is going to be a formula just equals record ID. And then this will be game type, because we'll have one jackpot for each game type. So we'll link this to game type. No, not multiple. And that should work. So if I bring this in, say, no, click on this, please. And we say slots, for example. Okay, so we'll call this game type ID. Because I really like having all this stuff be readable. We'll slide you out to the end because I don't care about you now. And then this will be game type, and this is a lookup. And we're going to look up against the game type ID field, and we're going to choose name and hit save. And this should tell me that it's the slots jackpot. And then this just needs to be amount. Now, the data analytics person in me really wants to know every time this is won, but technically I already know that other places. So let's just set this to a number. Somewhere numbers in here. An integer, and we don't allow negative numbers. So this is really edge casey software that's probably not going to get run very often, but we'll have one for slots. We'll also have one for video poker. We won't have one for roulette, but we have slots and video poker, and so we'll have to add that logic to the game. Again, I'm not building the jackpot stuff today, but I have the progressive jackpot thing in my to-do list, so we will get back to it. Progressive slot machine, base amount is 5,000 coins. Increases by 10 with every spin of the slot machine. So every time the slot machine spins, we need to just increment this thing. And then can only win with a wager of 5 or more. And that also prevents people from realizing, like, I don't care that people realize it, but if you bet 1 every time, it doesn't cost you anything, right? You technically get 1 for making the wager, and then you potentially lose 1 if you lose. But if you win, then you win more. And so if you were to bet 1 every time, it would be a very slow grind, but you'll never lose. So betting 1, though, will not allow you to get to that state here, right? Because you, even if you bet 1 every time, you wouldn't be eligible for the jackpot. So you'd have to bet 5. Okay, so we have some more information about the slots progressive jackpot. This should span all services. Okay. Roulette. We were talking about removing bets from the table. So I think that's the thing that I'm going to do now. So let's close this down. Let's close this down. We can leave our to-do list open. And we have our intent, right? We had, let's fix the order of these windows. We have the pay table intent. We have this clear roulette intent. So this is the thing that we're going to go build. And it's a very specific bet takedown for roulette. So you're going to say empty red or takedown odd or remove 4 or whatever. But you're just giving me a position. So this should be pretty easy to do. And then I can just look at your active bets and remove 1 or multiple. All right. So, and then do I just delete those? Do I delete the records? Do I clear them? Yeah, I have to delete them because otherwise it adds up all of my summary stuff. Okay. Okay, so clear roulette intent is the thing. So let's go down to the bottom here. Let's start with our index, and we need to come up with a clear roulette intent. So we'll find something near the B's. This is going to become clear roulette intent handler. And this over here will be the clear roulette and then this will become handlers dot clear roulette intent. So that part is rigged up. Doesn't work yet, but it's rigged. And down here we need a clear. That's going to be not that common, I wouldn't think. So we'll put it down here near the bottom. So that part is good. So we have that. Now we need to create our handler. This is a pretty simple one. We'll just keep using the balance intent as our example. Save as. This is going to be the clear roulette intent, like so. And then we need to do this, clear roulette intent. And clear roulette intent. Okay, now we need most of this. So we're going to say this is clear roulette. That's a new thing that we'll have to figure out. Okay, so this is going to equal nothing. All right, Kev, thanks. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so we have a pretty base framework here now, right? We're getting our session attributes, we're setting our previous action, and then we have an empty speak output. So we need to do something with this. So this is where we need to first figure out what they said. So we'll do const position equals helper dot get resolved words, handler input, and the slot name is position, like so. And then we have to we have to do something like we did yesterday with the pay table. Where we do something like this, elicit the slot. This is not something we should hit because we have that dialog management set up, but it's a good safety. So if position if there's no position 0, then we want to elicit the slot position. And we want to say which position are you trying to remove your bets from? Okay, so that's this needs to go way down here. Okay, and then this becomes an else case. And this is where we're going to, we have to call the Chatsino and remove the bets for that specific user. So we need to do const result equals await Chatsino dot cashier. I don't even know if that's where I should be calling. Is it cashier? I'm so torn on where to put these things now. Everything seems to be landing in data. Data. Oh, good, W. Georgia. I'm glad to hear it. Chatsino.data.remove, delete, bets by position. Delete user bets. And in here, type properly, we should pass in who our user is, which is session.user, and then the position that they've indicated to us, which is position 0.value.name. And that should be it, right? So I'm saying I am this user and I want to clear all the bets on red. That should be all I need. Okay, now we need to go build all of that. So we know what we want to do. Now we just need to do it. So we'll have to think about, well, let's go look at Airtable. Let's see how we're actually going to do this. So if I go to, I can get rid of this one, api.airtable.com. And let's talk about the wager table. Delete records. And what you're saying is that I can just pass in an array of records that you're going to destroy for me. Good morning, Artron. Good morning, Voice Guild. I like that. So I'm just going to say destroy and then give it a list of record IDs. That is gold. Gold, I say. Okay. So that's how we're going to do it. So we'll use this. Let's file save as this thing. And this is going to be delete user, I should call it wagers, by position. So what I called here was delete user bets, but it should be wagers. That's the word I'm using everywhere. Okay, so delete user wagers by position. That means this needs to be delete user wagers by position. And then this needs to go here and here. And just for safety's sake, we're going to get rid of this piece. Does that cut cleanly? Yeah. So what we're going to do is put the new delete statement in here, but everything else is kind of boilerplate talk to Airtable stuff. This is going to be user. This is going to be position. Okay. And then our index, we're going to need this. Const delete require and right here. Oh no, no Red Bull? Artron, you're dropping the ball, man. I almost ran out. It was cutting it close. But we had to make a Costco run. I normally have if you guys don't use Amazon Subscribe and Save, it's fantastic, by the way. But you can basically go in and tell it products that you want to get on a regular cadence. And so I just have a box of these that shows up every month, which is super handy. But every once in a while I'll run out. And so then I just run up to Costco, who sells them at a relatively reasonable price. But yeah, if you're gonna drink it regularly, the shipping's free. And if you have 5 items in your subscription, they take like 10 or 20% off. It's a decent deal. Okay, so we have everything here. Delete user wagers by position has everything except the delete statement. But before we can do this, and this is where it should happen, we have our user ID. We need to get the list of user wagers. Don't be embarrassed. It's just convenience. You're doing it because they've made it so incredibly convenient and affordable. I feel the same way. And I mean, I work for the company, but we have a ridiculous number of deliveries here, and I make sure, especially as it gets cold outside and around the holidays, to make sure to take care of my delivery folks. We put snacks out and that kind of stuff. Because I mean, I've got somebody coming to my house almost every day, if not every day. So yeah, it's don't be embarrassed. You're saving time, right? Because otherwise you'd have to go to stores, and that's way worse, in my opinion. So how have I done this in the past? If I want to, like, what's another data example? Get wagers by, nah, get is different. Update balance. What do I do here? I already have their balance. The problem right now is that I don't have all of their wagers, so I have to go get those first, which is fine. We'll just get wagers by user. We could tweak this up even, but I think we could just use this. So get wagers by user would get me my records from my wagers table. And all I want to do is get the ones that have a position of a specific position. So that probably will work fine. Although I'd be filtering them down. So maybe I should have I have get wagers by game and get wagers by user. But I should probably also have a get wagers by position. Save. Okay, so we'll create this too. Position. Get wagers by position. And then this needs to be added here too. Get wagers by get wagers by position. There we go. And then we'll just take this, bring it down here, get wagers by position. Why isn't that blue? Oh, because I typed it wrong here. Okay, get wagers by position is all good. My index file turned yellow. Nice. Okay. So get wagers by position. This is going to say the status needs to be active because those are the only ones I ever care about. Sort by game type. No, I don't care about any of that. So I'm saying where the user ID is this, and the status is active, and what is the other case that and I want position. Percent 3D quotes. And this needs to be, well, we have user coming in, but we're also going to need that position. User ID needs to equal position. And then I don't even really care about this. Okay, so we're pulling from the wagers table. Let's make sure, yeah, wager is the place we're looking. And position equals position. That should be good based on user ID. And status is active. Those are the only ones that I care about. And we're going to delete those if the users... Archer, and I think that's a good reference. I like it. So get wagers by position seems to be doing its thing now. So in here, delete user wagers by position. I need to first get those wagers. Const wagers equals await I guess we'll have to import that, huh? Const get wagers by position. And this is going to be the user again and the position. Okay. If wagers.length is greater than 0, then we'll do our stuff, which is this stuff. Let's kick this all out to one line. Okay, and then we're going to return this promise here. Otherwise, we need to, otherwise we need to say something. What am I really returning here? What do I want? So if I think about Clear Roulette, they say delete all my bets on red. Give me 1 second, W. Giorgio, and then I'll take a look again. So I am getting this result. What do I expect the result to be? I should probably just tell them, hey, I just removed $30, 30 coins from your position. So what I should pass back is an object that contains the amount and the position as a confirmation of what I did. So when I say delete user wagers by position, what I should be doing I'm just going to return an object here, and this is going to be amount is 0, and the position was position. That's pretty simple. So that's what I'll return when it works. What I need to do is quickly figure out if they have bets. I need to quickly iterate through the list. So we'll just do a for let I equal 0, I is less than or equal to less than wagers.length I plus plus. Okay, and so we're gonna have to come up with a value. Let amount equal 0, and then this will do amount plus equals wager I dot fields dot amount. And we'll even parseint this for some fun. And it is wager dot fields dot amount. Okay. So I'm iterating on that amount thing. So that gives me my amount. So now we can just do our delete statement because we... no, we should probably create an array of just the thing. I mean, if we're going to iterate through this, let's do it right? Let delete array equal an empty array. And then in here we'll do delete array dot push. And in here we're just going to take wager I dot fields dot record ID. I think that'll be all right. And then we need to go get that code from the API here, which is going to look like this. This is Airtable, wager. This array here is just going to be the delete array. And then down here, instead of console logging, we're going to resolve a new array, a new object that is going to be amount, which is amount, and position. So we are, gosh, this would be amazing if this worked. How many times have we said that on a stream? I think this will work on the first try. No way. There's too much complexity. I am coming in here. I am getting the wagers by position, where I'm passing in the user in position. Get wagers by position is just calling out to Airtable, and it's getting me. Am I awaiting that? I am. So then once we get back with that information, then we check and say, what is the length of that array? If it's greater than 0, then we're going to loop through and we're going to figure out what the amount of all the bets was, and we're going to create a delete array that we're going to delete those records. More than once. Thank you, Artrin. Then I'm going to call it to Airtable. I'm going to pass it a delete array, the record IDs that I want to delete, from the wager table. And I'm going to resolve out, back to my caller, the amount of all of the bets that were removed and the position that they were in. If there weren't any bets, then we'll automatically resolve them 0, but we'll also pass them a position so they can use that. All right. Boy, this would be amazing. I'm sure that I forgot something. But if we go all the way back to the beginning, to the clear roulette intent, this is where we were calling the delete user wagers by position. Then we need to create some speak output. So speak output. I guess I could just say equals. I'm also going to have to move this up higher. That would have caused an error. Speak output will be, okay, I removed, let's do this with the right quotes so we can drop things in easily. I removed result.amount coins from result.position from red on the, I always want to be specific about what game I'm talking about, the roulette table for you. What would you like to do now? Okay, so if you don't have any position indicated, then I ask you what position you wanted. If you do have a position indicated, then I go and try and delete those things. If you don't have any records, I'm still going to say, okay, I removed 0 coins from red on the roulette table for you. I guess I could write a conditional that's like, you didn't have any bets on that position. If the amount is 0, they didn't have any bets on that position. Make a more customized response. Okay, not going to do it now, but I want to see if this works. Get all of our logic working, and then we can come back to to-dos like that. Okay, so here goes nothing, I guess. Good morning, Krasner. Hello, hello. We are in the process of allowing a user to pull their bets off of the roulette table. And if I look at my current situation, I have one bet of 10 on red. I'm going to add another one. This is not something that I did, and I think it's okay. I'm going to bet 10 on red again.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
What? Katal is here. Good morning, good morning. Open the casino.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
It's like my service isn't running. But it is running. This is I'm not counting this as my code failing yet. I don't know why this is not working, but we'll figure that out here pretty quickly. Okay, so we'll start up our service. It's running. We come over to our browser, which is now on the wrong side. And we say, open the casino. Okay, that's a good sign.
Welcome to the Chatsino. You currently have 1,437 coins available. You have played slot 75% of the time. You should give poker or roulette a try today. What would you like to do?
So I want to bet 10 on red.
You wagered 10 coins on red. What would you like to do next?
So you guys can see that I actually don't combine
these.
these.
Say spin the wheel when you're ready.
These are individual bets of 10 on red. I did consider the idea that if like you place a bet and it's on a position you already hold, that I should just add to it rather than creating another record. But one, this was easier, and two, I wanted to make sure that if they wanted separate bets for some reason, that they could have them. So anyway, so I have 2 bets on red. Let's also do something different. Let's do, just so that it's not deleting all of them, let's do bet 10 on odd.
You wagered 10 coins on odd. What would you like to do next?
Okay, so you can see I have the 2 red ones and the odd one.
Spin the wheel when you're ready.
So what I want to do now is say, let's think about what our utterances are. Remove, I need more than this. Remove my coins from position. Clear my bets on position. Remove my bets from, I'll take the my out this time. Remove bets, wagers, from position. Okay, let's save and build that, and then we're going to use clear my bets on red. We'll use that as our test statement. You guys seen my shirt? I don't know if you guys have all seen a shirt like this. I've got skills with, here we can do this. The Echo with some sunglasses. I am actively trying to get us back into the t-shirt game because I think we've got a bunch of cool t-shirts. But we need to get some made and figure out how to get them to people and whatever. There's a lot of logistics to that, but something I'd really like to do. Okay, almost built. Almost there. It has built. So we're going to say clear my bets on red. So we come in here, clear my bets on red. Enter. Error.
Jeff, there was an error.
We tried, guys. We tried to do it cleanly. And the thing that we ran into was clear roulette intent is not a function because I didn't add it to this. This still technically doesn't mean my code didn't work, but clear, this is just me not adding it to our reference here. Clear, roulette, intent, equals require, clear, roulette intent. Okay. That didn't require debugging, so I feel like that's okay. That was just me forgetting a reference. So let's try one more time. Clear my bets on red.
Jeff,
Okay.
there was an error.
Now we
What
broke.
should we do now?
Wager is not defined in delete user wagers. Wager is not defined. Where is wager? Jeff. See, these are things that I screwed up. Wagers. That counts as failing. For sure. Okay. Simple fix, though. Clear my bets on red.
Okay, I removed 20 coins from red on the roulette table for you. What would you like to do now?
Did that actually work? My red bets are gone. My odd bet is still there. My red bet that's completed is still there. So, awesome. So now you can take down your bet. So I should be able to say, I wish I could see this. Well, technically, Catal, the editor did warn me. You notice that if I do this, do you see how it's the wrong color? This is something that's an active reference. These blue ones are things that it's not sure about. I should have noticed that for sure. Okay, so that worked. Let's try taking down our odd. I love watching this. So let's see if we can minimize. And we'll take this tab off, and we'll move it over here to the side like so. And then we'll take this over here. This is so fun to watch. So we have this odd bet, this odd active bet. And we're going to come in here and we're going to say, take down odd.
Okay, I removed
Boom,
10
gone.
coins from odd on the roulette table for you.
Oh, Catal, I agree with you. There could be much better ways to warn me. I should also tell them what their balance is. So I can't do that effectively, though, because I don't know their new balance. Because I've changed what their available coins are, and I really don't want to call and get another call into the database just to look up their balance. So what we're really doing is I removed 10 coins from odd, but that also increases. So let's make some bets. Bet 10 on red.
You wagered 10 coins on red.
100.
What would you like to do next? You can place another.
So we have our two bets. You can see them showing up here in the
wagered
database.
100 coins on red. What would you like to do next?
And
You
then
can place another bet, or you can say spin the wheel when you're ready.
this time I want to watch my user balance change, because this is also something. So if we look at my available balance, this current wagers are those two bets that I've locked up. So what we do is we have your actual balance, 1455. We have your available balance, which is your total balance minus any bets that you have out there. So that's 1345, and then we have the 110. So if we say clear red, those should both change.
Okay, I removed 110 coins from red on the roulette table for you. What would you like to do now?
There we go. So my current wagers go away, my available balance bumps back up. I would have to call. I mean, I guess I could just fudge it. I could just add the amount. Yeah, we could fudge it. So in here in this clear roulette intent, available balance is calculated by Airtable, most certainly, Artrin. It's a calculated field. So you can see here available balance is a function, and all I'm doing is their balance minus their current wagers.
So it's auto-calculated. The current wagers, however, this is a roll-up where I'm summing all of the values of the wagers that they have in the wagers table where their status is active. So that's where I get the amount of all the bets they have. That's a roll. This is all calculated as well. And then the only thing that's real is this. So I'm updating this thing when I say, hey, you have more coins or whatever, and then these two fields are auto-calculated for me. But I need those fields because I can't let them bet more than they actually have, and if they already have bets on the table, I can't just use their balance. I would need to know how many chips they already have sitting on the roulette table, for example. So that is that. Yeah, I will tell you, there's so much calculation going on inside this database that I don't have to do or track. In addition to this, I also have down here how many games of poker you've played, how many current wagers you have in just poker, how many slots games you've played, how many roulette games you've played, current roulette wagers that are sitting on the table. So this is a subset of that current wagers field you saw earlier. This is how many total games you've played. So this includes every spin of roulette, every spin of the video poker game, or every entire hand in a poker game, and every spin of the slot thing. And then any what do I have in the roulette table? This is spins of the roulette table, which I don't think I currently have any of for this user. So yeah, that's the story. So all of those are calculated, though. You can see all of these that have function or lookup. Lookup is this round, or this is a roll-up field. This is a function, and then I have some that are lookups, which I don't remember. Is it like this? That's linking to another record. No, it's not an abstraction. It's its own cloud database service, but it's very... ATK, good afternoon. It's morning here, but good afternoon to you. No, it's its own setup, and the reason that I like it is it's a nice hybrid, for me anyway, between... I'm going to stand up. We'll do a little monologuing. The reason that I like Airtable is because I have found that I really don't like document databases. So when you think of a lot of the NoSQL databases like Dynamo, and there's a number of them out there, they're really hard, at least for me, they're really hard to query. It's really easy to save my data, but building queries and getting the data back out I find to be incredibly challenging, because you end up with all of these documents, right? And you don't end up with necessarily a consistent data set that's uniform. I came from the world of true Microsoft SQL Server hardcore relational database world, and I really still appreciate that, but there is a lot of overhead in doing so. So I think the reason that I like Airtable so much is because it's a nice hybrid between those two, where I don't have the cost of running a server. But I have the easy query. But I can modify and change the structure as much as I'd like. It has a very simple API, so I'm calling in and I'm just getting JSON back, which is really easy for my applications to read. So I don't have to have database adapters and all that other stuff to turn a data set into something that's useful. And it's really lightweight. And on top of all that, it's free. So that makes it really, really hard for me to argue with when there's just so much opportunity to really do something awesome. So, well, Catal, sure, there's always that concern, but I mean, I'm running everything else in the cloud too, right? None of it's on my own servers. None of it's on my own stuff. So what's the difference between letting Airtable host my data and letting AWS host my Lambda function? Because AWS is hosting my Lambda function. So I don't know, it's all clouds anymore, right? I don't want to be in the business of managing and maintaining servers. I've done that. Are all my skill attributes stored in Airtable? Catal, I believe it is encrypted, yes. But I don't, I'm not personally encrypting it, but I'm also not saving anything that's PII. So no, I am not personally encrypting my data, but if I did have PII or anything kind of sensitive data, I could certainly encrypt that stuff, but I would be doing it myself. But I guess the question you're asking, Catal, is it possible like Airtable staff could potentially go in and look at my data? Sure, but there's nothing in there right now that I really care if they see. If I wanted to, I could certainly have an entire encryption layer sitting between this, so that I'm encrypting and decrypting every time I move in and out. But I'm in the spirit of speed. I haven't built any of that. Are your skill attributes stored in Airtable as well? I don't know what you mean by skill attributes, Artrin. But there are things stored in my Airtable for my skill for sure. If I show you this, oh, session attributes that I want to keep. Yeah, I mean, everything about the user is here in my table. So if we look, not only do I have all of this information, but like I have their Alexa user ID. This is how I know who you are. This is all the session attributes really that I need to know about you. But I don't. If they're only session attributes, Artrin, then I'm not saving them. They're only session attributes, and I'm only saving them. No, it's not append only. No, this is completely editable. It's not like blockchain. In fact, we were just doing. We did it. I thought right when you got here, but maybe not. But you saw a moment ago, I was deleting records, like deleting records. Yeah, I definitely am updating data all the time. So I can't believe how quickly we got through being able to remove wagers from the table. I still feel like there's this opportunity, and I put it on my to-do list. Let's clear all these records, or these files, since we're done with that. Oh, you know what I should do? I don't have any bets right now. I should try a clear red. It should just say 0.
Okay. I removed 0 coins from red on the roulette table.
Guys, I feel like I'm getting better at this. That actually just worked on the first go. So I removed 0 coins from red on the roulette table. That's a terrible response. So let's get back into that and give them a clear roulette intent. And we want to say if result dot amount equals 0, then we want speak output to equal you didn't have, and you don't have any bets on result.position to place a bet, you can say something like bet 10 on red. What would you like to do now? Okay, so that's that condition. Otherwise, we can get rid of this to do. I just did that. Else. Okay. Should I say like whoops? Nope. Oh, I'll say oh. Oh, you don't have any bets on red. Make it a little more personal. Okay, so let's try that again. Bet 10, I'm sorry, not bet 10 on red, clear red.
Oh, you don't have any bets on red. To place a bet, you can say something like, bet 10 on red. What would you like to do now?
Bet 10 on red.
You wagered 10 coins on red. What would you like?
Clear odd.
Oh, you don't have any bets on odd. To place a bet, you can say something like, bet 10 on red. What would you like to do now?
Clear red.
Okay, I removed 10 coins from red on the roulette table for you. What would you like to do now?
I don't always. How do I want to handle the SSML, Artrin? Do you have an example of fetch when grabbing all the records. I think pretty much all of my examples are fetch based. So if I come up here to my data, we say like get wagers by game. So this is, to answer your question, W. Georgia, this is what I do. This should be in the GitHub repo if you want to go grab it. But that's me. That's fetch for getting all the records. Hopefully that gets you what you need, W. Giorgio. Arshun, let's hear the difference between O and okay. So we're gonna say clear red.
Oh, you don't have any bets on red.
See, she sounds a little concerned.
Bet, you can say something like bet 10 on red. What would you like to do now?
She sounds a little concerned, like oh, and that's kind of how she should sound. And then if I say bet 10 on red,
you wagered 10 coins on red. What would you like to do next?
and then I say clear
You
red.
can place another bet, or you can say spin the wheel when you're... Okay, I removed 10 coins.
And with the
from
okay,
red
she's
on
kind of
the
like,
bet
okay,
table.
I'll do that. I just did that thing
What
for
would
you.
you like to do now?
I think that sounds okay. I feel like, don't get me wrong, Archon, I love me some SSML, some prosody, some, especially speech cons. Man, I love them. I just try to use them in very subtle ways. So like slots, I'm using them every time you win or lose. Still love these sound effects.
Way to go! You got cherries, bell. You won 15 coins. What do you want to play next?
And so she gave me like a way to go, right? Like I want her to be very excited about before you there. And I don't know if I do that for poker or not when you win or lose.
You already have a pair. You were dealt 8 of hearts, 7 of clubs, 4 of diamonds, 3 of... Well done.
Yeah.
You won 5 coins with a pair. Your new balance is 1,478. Your final hand was King of clubs, 8 of diamonds, 8 of spades, 7 of hearts, and 3 of hearts. What do you want to do next?
Man, this is really coming together. I still have a lot of APL work to do, and I'm going to have to work with somebody on that because I struggle with the APL. And the thing that makes me the most mad about it is that I started my career as a front-end developer. Like, I love working on a visual palette and being able to make cool wizardry kind of UI things happen. And APL, I just don't have enough experience with it maybe, but I mean, I've played with it enough, but not enough to make 5 cards flip over and do the kind of cool things that I want to do. So I've got some work to do to figure that piece out. Okay. Let's go to our to-do list and knock some things out. So roulette. How does a user remove one or many bets from the table? That's done. I'm going to take this many out. 1 bet from the table. How can a user create a set of standard bets? That's still something that's kind of big. I'm not ready for yet. That's a V2 feature. And this doesn't go in roulette. This would be a bigger thing. Yeah, we already have this one. What do we do when a user wants to clear all of their bets? Poker, roulette, craps, everything. Okay. Pay table, how do we communicate this with voice only? That's done. I like checking things off a list. I haven't done the leaderboard yet. We have a half an hour. Maybe we could do it. Just like the top 5. I don't think we have do we have a leaderboard intent yet? No. Okay, let's do it. Leaderboard intent. This should be pretty easy. Create custom intent. Show me the leaderboard. Who is winning? Who is in first place? What position am I in? What is the leaderboard? Okay, that's a good start. Save that. Build that, and we'll go write some code for it while it's building. So again, start at the beginning. Let's clear the files that we have open. And we want to start with index. So this is the leaderboard intent. So that's going to be here alphabetically right after launch request. So we'll take this. We'll call this the leaderboard intent handler. This is a bad example. I'm going to take this instead. So this needs to be the leaderboard intent. And then this needs to be the leaderboard intent. Okay, step one done. So we take this, copy it down here to the bottom. Whoa, I don't think I wanted all that. Leaderboard intent handler is what I wanted. Okay. And then the thing that I didn't do last time was inside handlers. I need to take this balance intent. This is going to be my new starter handler, and we'll call this leaderboard intent. Spelled that right and everything. Leaderboard intent. Okay, we can get rid of this. This just needs to be nothing. Okay. So we have our leaderboard intent. Now the thing I forgot to do last time was add it to the index for handlers. So let's do that first. This is going to be ijkl const leaderboard intent equals require leaderboard intent. Good morning, TeamView. How are you? And then down here, we have the leaderboard intent. Okay. So that's all good. So the leaderboard intent is just going to get me a list of results from the leaderboard. So I need a const result equals chatsino dot data. I never built anything like this? I could look at how I built the leaderboard for the chatbot, because that's really what I need to do. Yeah, let's do a new window, and we'll go open some stuff. File, open. And there's a leaderboard in here somewhere. Get leaderboard. So all I'm doing is calling out and I'm sorting them descending. That doesn't really help me. When we do the leaderboard here, what do I tell you what position you're in? Because I really want to do that. Is the casino not working? Did anyone tell me that it's not working? Why is it not working? Huh. That's so weird. Okay, well, what I want to do with this leaderboard, I was hoping it would just do it for me, but I have this code that I can use. So this is basically me calling out and sorting them by currency, which isn't what I call it anymore. But I don't want to get all the users. I really only want to get like... How do we want to do this? What I really need, if we look at our data, and we look at user, we could sort these by balance, right? So I could sort 9 to 1, keep sorted, great. And it'll sort it so that I have all of these records sorted. There's no way to like rank. Wonder if there's a way to do this. Cancel. What I really want to do is basically have the database automatically assign you a value based on your current rank on balance. Assign a number based on sort order in Airtable. Okay, let's think about a better auto number. No, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this very easily. But I also don't want to pull back like 10,000 records if I have a ton of users. What I really want is just the top 5, but then I also want to know your position. But position is relative to the rest of the other terms. How do I want to do this? I need... What I really need is to have a permanent version of this. So you can see that right here, there's a number 1, right? And if I add a second record, we'll give them 10 coins, or 50 coins, or whatever. And then I add another record, and I give them 20 coins, and I give another record. Like, there are these numbers here. And if I sort it another way, like let's say I turn my sort off, we'll sort them descending or something, sort them 1 to 9. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want is for those numbers to be permanent or auto-calculated. I wonder if there's a way with like a formula. Equals, can I say like row? God, that'd be awesome. Equals. Wish I could make this box bigger. Count, average. Let's go see if we can do Airtable formula. Formula. Field reference. Okay, so what we're really trying to do is figure out, how do I figure out what the row ID is? So we have record functions. What are the record functions? Record ID and created time do not help me. Round up, round down, power, odd, mod. No, these are all like math functions. This is good, but not what I want. Trim. Subset, these are all string functions. The essentials of Airtable formulas. Let's see if this gives me anything. That doesn't do what I want. That's close, right? An auto number field? But what they're saying is, right here, is if when you delete a record, the remaining records are not renumbered. This also means that if they're sorted or they, whatever, that probably doesn't change the auto number either. Currency number field. This is just telling me about it. I wonder if in the forums, if anyone's done this. Let's say, we'll just say leaderboard. That's not getting me what I want either. Sir Skull Legend, good morning. TV, I saw your message, man. I can't do it right now, but I will check it out. Good morning, Sir Skull Legend. What's up? If you didn't know, there's a casino running in the chat. There's a bunch of people that are playing it from time to time, and you have 100 coins just for showing up and posting a message. So if you'd like to wager those, you can type things like !poker, and then a space, and then an amount you want to bet, maybe 5. And you can play video poker or slots or roulette. Pretty fun. Ranking? Yeah, see, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to run code to creating a rank field. This is interesting. Sir Skull Legend, so what we're building is an Alexa skill that is a casino. I'll give you a quick demo of it, actually. So I can do things like bet 5 on slots. We get these nice sound effects. I won.
Boom! You got cherries, lemon, grapes. You won 15 coins. What do you want to play next?
I can bet on poker, and this is a 2-step thing, right? So it deals me some cards. Ooh, I already have a winning hand.
You already have a 3 of a kind. You were dealt ace of hearts, 4 of hearts, 4 of diamonds, 4 of spades, and 2 of diamond.
I'm going to hold those 4s.
You are currently holding the 4 of hearts, 4 of diamonds, and 4 of spades. You are about to drop the ace of hearts, and 2 of diamonds. You can say deal to finish this hand, or you can continue.
Let's deal it up.
Oh snap! You won 15 coins with a 3 of a kind. Your new balance is 1,512. Your final hand was 5 of diamonds, 4 of hearts, 4 of diamonds, 4 of spades, and 3 of hearts. What do you want to do next?
So, for poker, Sir Skull Legend, in the chat, this is a different version of the chatbot. You only get the 1 turn. So all it does is give you those 5 cards and you win or lose. You can also do ! slots and your bet, and that will spin the slot machine. And then we also have a roulette table. So you can say ! Roulette, and then you have to say where you want to put the money. So I want to bet 5 on red or whatever. So you'd say roulette 5 red or whatever. Brains Place has got it. Look at that. There's a bet 99 and 199 in poker with a pair of 8s. Brains Place, welcome. Thank you for joining in the casino. So what we're basically doing is taking the initial prototype that we built, which was this chatbot that you're running here in Twitch, and we're applying it to an Alexa skill so that you can talk to it and do all of the same kinds of things. So those are the 3 games that are available right now. Eventually we're going to add craps, but the thing that I was working on was trying to build a leaderboard, because as we have users that have different amounts of coins, it would be pretty cool to be able to tell you what place everybody's in. And I was hoping to have an automatically calculated field that would tell me what place you were in. Very cool, TeamView. A random amount is awesome. So we'll do 9 to 1. This will be our new way of sorting, and so we'll have our balance here. So, what we need to, so if you say slots, Brains Place, Sir Skull Legend, if you say just slots, it's going to bet half of whatever your money is. If you specify an amount after slots, and it'll only bet what you tell it to bet, but by default, it will bet half of your money. It should also be mentioned that every single time that you post a message in chat, you earn 1 more coin, so you can never really run out. Every time you say something in chat, whether it's a poker command or if it's just chatting, it will give you 1 more coin. So that may be where you look at the math and you're like, oh, that doesn't seem right. I shouldn't have that many. It's because you just got 1 more each time. So just a heads up on that as well. It's to encourage you to participate in our chat and join our lovely community of people that are building cool stuff for voice. So thank you for being here. All right, so for our leaderboard for right now, I think I'm just going to pull the top 5. I think that's probably the easiest thing to do. And I need to remember how to do that. So we're going to go to Airtable, CodePen, that thing. And we just need to see, there's a way I can limit the number of records I want. Max records, 5. And that just takes max records equals 5. I just didn't remember what the query string was, so. This is going to be our leaderboard, and then we'll have a, I'm just going to add this right here. So data dot get leaderboard. And this will be, do I need to pass it anything? I don't think I do. And so I can say await Chatsino data get leaderboard. Okay. So that's a good start. We have the leaderboard intent built, and we're calling our function. Now we need to go create this thing. So first things first, let's go to index, and we're going to say get leaderboard, which will be right here. Leaderboard. Yeah, equals. Require. This doesn't exist yet, but we'll tell it that it does. Get leaderboard. And then down here, get leaderboard. Okay, so now we need to actually create the leaderboard, or get the leaderboard. And what we're really doing is getting what the M stands for. I don't know what M you're talking about, Sir Skull Legend. Next to JS. I don't see an M. I apologize. I don't know what you mean. Oh, this here? You talking about this M right here? Yeah, so this is a tool called Visual Studio Code, and the M means that, hey, this file has been modified. This U here means that it's untracked. This means that I have not made any commits. This file is brand new, and I haven't ever committed it to my code repository. But M means, hey, it's been modified, and white means that it's still in the same case that it was before. And so you can see we've made a few changes today to yellow and green files. But what we want to do right now is get leaderboard, and I have a version of it that I have over here. We're going to need to tweak this a little bit, but we'll copy this, and we'll come into data, and we're going to create a new file called get leaderboard with real capitalization .js, and we're going to dump this in like this. So this isn't called, I have keys, I have node fetch. What do I do in these other ones? Require Airtable. That all looks pretty good. Okay, so I have my base data, I have my API key. The thing that I really need, if we come back to the leaderboard intent, is this little chunk right here. Copy that, get leaderboard. And so we're doing a sort order thing where this is going to be on balance, not on currency. A pay table tells you how you win in a game. So just try it. Say pay table poker as an example. And it'll tell you what all the winning outcomes are, or pay table slots will tell you what the winning outcomes are for those individual things. There you go. Mr. Smoofy's got it. So you have to just, you just try this stuff. You're not going to hurt anything by trying commands. But if you say pay table and then space and then the type of the game that you want, it'll tell you like slots. Like slots is a good example because it has a lot of emojis in there. But you can see the poker pay table. It tells you exactly what those things are. There you go, Sir Skull. You got it. So that's all that is. And I want to sort direction descending, and then I want this. I want an ampersand, and I want that. Max records 5. So I'm only going to bring back the top 5 records, and we're just going to return those. And we're pulling from the user table based on the field balance, right? We call the column balance. It is called balance. So this gets me my leaderboard. This is just the 5 records. The thing that we'll have to do later is to return the user itself, because you won't know what place you're in, but at least you'll know the top 5. So this get leaderboard is just returning to me the records. Then I have my result here. And what I need to do is a quick loop for let I equal 0. I is less than result dot length I plus plus. Yeah, TeamView, you've got a bunch of stuff locked up on roulette. It looks like. Got to spin it. So for each of the results, I need to add the speak output. Like so. How do you spin the roulette wheel? I don't even remember. I've been working on the skill for so long. I think it's no more bets, maybe? What if you do exclamation point no more bets? All one word. Oh. Oh, did you start like a group roulette game? I see. Somebody started a group roulette game. So I missed that had started. So I have to say no more bets. My apologies, TeamView. So if everybody wants to, you can participate in the group roulette game that TeamView has started. And once you've all made your bets, you just do bet and then the amount and then where you want to put it on the roulette table. I'll spin the wheel for everybody. In the meantime, while you guys are placing bets, I'm going to do speak output here. Needs to be here are the top 5 players, Chatsino players, and their coin totals. And then we're just going to say, I don't know, what, like the 4 digits of your name, because I don't really know your name. Wow, we got a lot of bets coming in. So we'll do something like, no, not that. We'll do something like this. And we're going to say result I dot fields dot record ID. But what we're going to do is just give you like the last 4. Record ID. Because I can't read out that whole thing. So let's do, I think I can just do something like, isn't there like a JavaScript write function? I don't really want that because I don't know how long it is. Yeah, there's a write function, isn't there? Okay, you guys ready for no more bets? Here we go. No more bets. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. 23,000 coins. There you go. Nice job, everybody. Looks like we had some winners. Oh, TeamView, you bet all of them on red. You gotta diversify your bets, man. Okay, so what I want is a JavaScript function that will just take me the last 4 digits. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So I just want substring. Just not thinking clearly. I want this substring function, and all I need to do, this first value is start, and the end is the end. So all I need to do is I just tack it on the end, right? Substring. And then this is from, and I want to do this. Dot length -4. Was there an example I was looking at? And then I just do the dot length. Okay. So that is me getting my substring, but then I'm not done yet. I'm just going to say like 0492 has, and then some amount of coins, and this is going to be the balance. So this will be result I dot fields dot balance coins. With is in place I is in one place. Now we want to use the SSML reference guide here. Doing this for Artrin. He loves me some SSML, and so we're going to do a say as. We're going to say as ordinal. Right? Ordinal is what I want? Yeah. Say as, interpret as, ordinal. And then it'll be a close say as. All right. So this is going to say 0492 is in first place with this. 0192 is in second place with this, because that's all we know about them is their user ID. So that'll work for now. Again, we need to tell them about, I'm going to add this as a to-do. We need a way to tell the user what place they are in. Okay. Let's see if that worked. So I think we have everything that we need. Did I add it to the index? Leaderboard intent? Guys, here we go. Leaderboard. Jeff, there was an error.
Here are the top 5 Chatsino players, and their coin totals. Ekpo is in 0th place with 1,523 coins. Hawk is in 1st place with 50 coins. Zifi is in 2nd place with 20 coins. Ozg is in 3rd place with 0 coins. What do you want to play next?
Okay, so a couple of things we want to tweak there. The first is leaderboard intent. But hey guys, it worked. I made one mistake, which is that this I should be I plus 1. And I should not have it pronouncing. So we're going to use some more SSML here, Artrin. We're going to do say as spell out. So say as spell out. And then out here, we'll do our close say as. All right. Let's see how it sounds now. Actually, let's give everybody some money too so it looks more real. I have 4 users. We should have 6 so that we make sure one is not included. So this one will have 5 coins and this one will have 10 coins. Sort it. There we go. Okay. So I have 5 players. It should not come back with 6 players. And I should hear all 5 of these, not the one with 0. And then we're going to call it a day because we're out of time. So leaderboard.
Here are the top 5 Chatsino players, and their coin totals. EKPO is in first place with 1,524 coins. FHOK is in second place with 50 coins. ZYFI is in third place with 20 coins. OZQG is in fourth place with 10 coins. HCLA is in fifth place with 5 coins. What do you want to play next?
We can do one more thing here. If const that's you equals nothing. If result I dot fields dot record ID equals session attributes dot user dot fields dot record ID. That's you equals that's you. And we'll add some excitement to that voice too. And so that is going to be Amazon effect, Amazon emotion, excited. And we're going to do high on that one. We want that to be very exciting. So that's you. Wrap that up in some of this. And then, what did I break? Oh, I see what I broke. Okay, and then out here, we can say that's you. And basically, if it is you, then she'll say something. So let's see if that works. Leaderboard, please.
Jeff, there was an error. What should we do now?
What was the error? Cannot read property record ID of undefined. Oh, fields. Okay.
Jeff, there was an error.
Now what?
What should we do now?
Oh. Silly things.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Did I blow everything up?
Welcome to the Chatsino. You currently have 1,519 coins available. There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Oh, I forgot to end it. All right, now it should work.
I don't know that one. Welcome to the Chatsino. You currently have 1,000. Here are the top 5 Chatsino players, and their coin totals. EKPO is in first place with 1,533 coins. That's you. FHOK is in second place with 50 coins. ZYFI is in third place with 20 coins. OZQG is in fourth place with 10 coins.
All right.
HCLA is in fifth place with 5 coins. What do you want to play next?
That's it. I think we're done for today. TeamView asks, why do I always stream at 8 a.m.? Because it's a good way to start my day. Get my blood flowing, get some work done, get this code written. And then, starting now, I'm going to grab a quick lunch, and I'm going to work the rest of the day. So that's my answer to why I stream. It's actually 9 a.m. my time, so I'm assuming you are Central Time, maybe Chicago area, maybe Dallas. But that's where we're at for today. So we made some good progress. We were able to add a leaderboard to this skill. We'll want to get more creative with this as we get people's names. Hopefully we can get people's names. And we also were able to add, what else did we add today? And clearing bets from the roulette table. That was awesome. So, clear roulette bets and leaderboard. Done. We'll push that out. And all of that code is available on my GitHub, so if you guys want to check that out or see the changes that we made today, or I know that somebody asked earlier, I think it was W. Giorgio, about how do I do this thing in Fetch? All of that code is sitting out there, so if you guys want to dig through this anytime, all of that stuff is out there. So thank you guys all for tuning in today. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.